Welcome back to Toon News with your host, me, Chad. And me, Jimifer. Your name's Jimifer, Jimmy? I didn't know about this, Jimmy. Chad, how about you shut up and tell the viewers what we're doing today? Well, thanks, Jimmy. So today we are going to be taking questions from you guys, the viewers. Yes, thanks, Chad. You guys have literally sent your questions in the dozens. Literally dozens of questions. Our first question comes from Kill Chad today. He says, this is a question for both of you. What are your favorite hobbies outside of filming Chad and Jimmy? Very interesting question, Kill Chad, today, and I've got to admit that my favorite hobbies include taking long walks on the beach, going to famous Italian restaurants, listening to classical music, enslaving kittens in my animal dungeon, and playing Animal Crossing. Chad, what about you? Jimmy, I wasn't aware about that. And that dungeon part. Can you maybe expand? Can you not do? Jimmy, Chad, don't get your trousers in a twist. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. The dungeon is completely safe, and I give the kittens plenty of water. Most of the time. Half the time. None of the time. I don't give them any water. They're dead, Chad. They're all dead. Excellent, Jimmy. I'm glad you clarified that for me. Next question. This next question comes from Jimmy's girlfriend. I have a girlfriend? No, that's the name of the person. They're called Jimmy's girlfriend. Oh, I see. Well, hey, I have a girlfriend now. hey, Chad, you heard? Heard about what, Jimmy? Heard about my girlfriend. I have a girlfriend now, Jimmy. Chad, your name's Chad. Excellent, Jimmy. Glad to see you're still as forgetful as ever. So the question from Jimmy's girlfriend goes a bit like this. Chad, I'm currently dating Jimmy. But secretly, deep down in my heart, I know that you're the monkey that I want to be with. What would you suggest that I do? If I may take this question, Chad, thanks, Jimmy's girlfriend. I actually have a girlfriend a bit like your boyfriend, and honestly, she is actually the worst person in the world. She's constantly wondering why I don't like her. She's constantly wondering how to get me to like her. And honestly, it just sounds to me like you need to break up with him. He sounds like an absolute horrible person. And you know what? If he was my girlfriend, I would not stand for it. Jimmy, that response was so stupid. I think I just lost half of my brain. What brain, Chad? Am I right? Jimmy, your words hurt me emotionally. The next question comes from a guy named John, and he says, guys, I love you and all, but didn't Jimmy die in a previous episode? How is he still there? Think I'll take this one, Jimmy? You see, this is the internet, and things don't exist. See, I don't exist. I mean, I could be edited out of the scene right now if I wanted to. Chad, where did you go? I was simply proving a point, Jimmy. No need to freak out. Jimmy, where did you go? I was proving the same point that you were, Chad. I love that we can do this, Jimmy. So, Chad, are you implying that we actually don't exist and we're just figments of people's imaginations? That's what I've been led to believe, Jimmy. So I could be anything I wanted to be. I could be a space astronaut cowboy if I wanted to be. No, Jimmy, you couldn't. You're a duck. Ducks can't go. Are you stupid, Jimmy? But you just said that we could be. No, Jimmy, ducks cannot go into space. Are you physically stupid? And the final question comes from a guy named I will kill all of your families if you do not answer this question. What a great name. Wouldn't you agree, Jimmy? A great name, I must admit, Chad. It really makes you want to answer the question for your family's sake. They ask us, Chad and Jimmy, do you have any big plans for the future? And we do, actually, don't we, Chad? Don't we have big things planned for the future? Yes, definitely big things coming our way to Chad and Jimmy. Huge, monumental things, just like Chad's stomach size. Well, I'd say this a bit more. What did you just say, Jimmy? What did you just say about me? Before we go, though, we actually have 3 callers on the line to ask us questions live in the studio right now. Caller number 1, hello, what is your question?
Chad, Jimmy, I love you! Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh!
Jimmy, is she having a meltdown or something? She's having a bigger meltdown than a nuclear power plant, Chad! Caller number 2, hello, what is your question?
Hey Chad and Jimmy, just wondering how you guys first met. Thanks!
How we first met, an interesting question, Jimmy, wouldn't you agree? No, I think it's probably the most boring question we could have been asked. You see, Jimmy was my yoga instructor, and Chad was my yogurt instructor. He taught me how to yogurt, and Jimmy taught me how to. Jimmy, what are you talking about? I'm talking about the taste of sweet, ice-cold yogurt, Chad. Jimmy, are you drunk or something? You're making no sense at all. The answers to these questions are just pure stupidity. I'm through with you, Jimmy. If you answer one more question stupidly, I am going to flip out. What a coincidence then, Chad, that we have one more caller on the line, isn't it? It's almost as if it was scripted that way. Yes, very clever, Jimmy. Let's just get through with this caller. Hello, caller number 3. What is your question?
Hey Chad, hey Jimmy, I just wanted to say I really love your show. You really do make me laugh and help me get through some tough times. And I really wanted to keep up the work and just keep being great, the great people that you are. Thank you so much for everything you do. Thank you.
That was honestly touching. Thank you, caller number 3. I'm honestly flattered that you feel that way about us, and I just wanted to thank you for your kind words and loyal support. They mean more than you will ever know. Jimmy, what do you have to say on the matter?
Whoa! Party time, Chad! Let me go! Oh, yeah!
As you can see, Jimmy is a very emotionally sensitive person, and he sometimes doesn't know how to react to such. Jimmy, get back over here, you stupid!